Hello, everybody. Welcome in to another watch along. I was so happy with the reception of the first one that I knew I had to do another one of these, and I thought to myself, how do I possibly follow up one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion, but one of the best horror movies for sure. Uh, and how do we do that? We do that with one of the best adventure movies ever made. Uh, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Adventure has a new name, and it's Indiana Jones. All right, so let's just hop into this. I got a couple things going on here, so just let me try to get this going. Okay, so we're gonna get the timer. We're gonna get the movie going after a countdown. So go ahead, line up your copy, your DVDs, your Blu-rays, your Furkes, and get your best guy or gal. Get your cat. Get your dog. Whatever you got. Get a drink. I want fancy. I want fancy today. A little lemon Coke for anybody wondering. Okay, here we go. So, we'll begin in 5. Get ready. Here it comes. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Here we go. Here we go. Paramount logo comes in. And we're off to the races. I think we're good. I think we're lined up. All right. First thing, Logo Loco, Paramount logo fading into the mountain off of Hawaii, I believe. Steven Spielberg film. So the connection there, Raiders. Oh man, don't even put Indiana Jones in the title. It's Raiders, man. It's freaking Raiders. Starring Harrison Ford, one of the most handsome men in the world. Just certified movie star. So I believe the story goes that George Kitty, I know you've heard this, but you gotta let everybody else hear the story as well. Lucas and Spielberg take their trip to Hawaii after they finish projects because I think it started with Lucas for Star Wars. He wanted to get away because he was so worried about the reception of it. Funny enough how that turned out. But so they take a trip to Hawaii and they're hanging out. And it's a little loud for me. It's a little loud. Let me just turn that down a little bit. So they go out to Hawaii, and Spielberg's like, man, tell you what, I would love to make a James Bond movie. How fun would that be? Spielberg or Lucas is like, yeah, you know what? No, I got an idea that's even better. It's called Indiana Smith. He's an archaeologist and blah, blah, blah. And Spielberg's like, change it to Indiana Jones and we're fucking on. We're fucking on. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So Lucas, again, just a great ideas guy. You know, his direction leaves a little to be desired, as I think most people who saw the prequels would agree. But as far as ideas, I mean, he's one of the best in the biz. And then Spielberg's direction, and this is when Spielberg was absolutely cooking. 81, I believe this came out. So here's our hero, first shown in shadow. Like, oh, who's this guy? What's going on here? Uh-oh. It's up to no good. Whoopah! What a freaking badass. There he is! And there he is. Oh, man. I think we're a little behind over here. But that's fine, because this is probably going to get me fucking copyright striked anyway. But shh, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Alright. So we're freaking in. Like, right off the bat, similar to a Bond movie, we're jumping into a cold open. So we're in the middle of an adventure. We don't know what exactly is going on, but we're starting to put the pieces together. He was very, very good. We know it's dangerous. This guy's no nonsense. Just one of the coolest costumes. That frickin' hat. Ugh. What do you think, baby? Yeah. Yeah. We like Last Crusade the most in this house, but Raiders is probably the best overall. All right, baby. Time to watch the movie. All right, as we... Oh, frickin' hate spiders, guys. Spiders are nasty. No, they're tarantulas, so, like, we'll probably be all right. This is a great little gag here. I think I read that this was, like, his first day of filming. And since this is an old movie, like, those are just fucking spiders. Like, that, there's no CG spiders going on here. Excuse me, goodness. Sorry, I just had lunch. Collaborate and listen. Sorry, nobody else probably got that. Oh, lemon Coke. Bring it back. Just bring it back. Oh, here we go. So that's the guy he was talking about earlier. Is like, he's very good. Man, look at that frickin' movie star. It's crazy. Not since Jamie Lee Curtis have we seen such a movie star on screen. In the watch-alongs, I mean. And Indy's like, get off of me, come on. How did we get so off sync? That's what scares me. Yeah, we're a little off sync, but on the monitor, but that's okay. Here we go, just some classic stuff. It's just so iconic. And I want to say I saw on Mythbusters them do this whole thing, or at least like the later bit where he's running. And I think it's true. I think you can outrun these arrows. Look at the lighting, guys. Look at the frickin' lighting. The zoom. And I think this is like a fertility god. I never quite like knew what I was looking at when I saw the idol, the golden idol. But I believe it's like a naked woman giving birth. Yeah, you can see it. That's why you come to these, right? Is for that insight. He did it. Rutrow. Run, Indy, run! Ah. Looking like Saquon Barkley out there. Just give me the whip, asshole. Adios. What a jerk. Ugh. Here's Ford. I think doing his own stunt there. I love how much everything moves because it's a set. But what a set. My God. Come on, Indy. This will be a short movie if you can't make this. Whew. Made it. And here we get some nice, a little harkening back to our first watch along. Get fucked. With some creature or some slasher effects there, some practical slasher effects. You can tell Spielberg liked that stuff. I mean, you can see in Poltergeist as well. The boulder, and you can see, I think we missed it, but he like trips for a second. That was not in the script. Like, homie just slipped. Almost got crushed by that boulder. It was a fake boulder, but like, still, I would have hurt. And that was the stunt, man. And here we get ow. It's a shame he spilled all that ketchup on his back as well. So here's our villain, Belloc. I would say probably like the one negative you could say about the indie movies in general is the villains are like a touch are a touch weak, where especially when you're comparing it to Bond, where like generally the Bond villains are a bit of a strength, where in indie not quite as much. But I think that's picking nits a bit because I do think Belloc is great. Molaram and stuff in the Temple is, he doesn't talk much, so, but he's still incredibly iconic. The whole fucking Kalima Ushire, that's just scared the hell out of me. Oh, no, they're just like, we're like going from banger scene to banger scene. Look at the way this dude frames these shots. It's just, Spielberg is insane. Start the engine, Jack! Ah! So good. It's so good. Ooh, that sounded like a TIE fighter for a second there. Little hint of the score as he swings into the water. Everybody showed up for this one. Like, John Williams. I mean, do I even need to tell you? Like, my God. Still don't know why my timer, like, blinks sometimes, but I think it'll be alright. And there we go. We're out of the cold open. Jock! This is where we start to get our differences between Bond and Indy. Our hero is real. He has fears. Fucking Jock, what an asshole. Grow a backbone, would you? Like, I just outran a boulder. Everyone I met on this trip is dead but you, Jock. I hate snakes. Which, remember that. And here we go. Now, the narrative begins. Man, that is one handsome professor. You'd never get anything done in that class. Like, those women are all just like drooling. It's like what? What is that? That's weird. But like, can you blame her? Can you honestly blame her? Look at that man. And he starts talking about there. If you were able to listen while he smoldered up there, he's talking about like, hey, don't get caught up in folklore and shit, guys. Like this is like, stick to facts. Like, don't believe in the hocus pocus, whatever. And then that last guy drops off the apple, and he's like embarrassed about it. I like the idea that like he's an admirer, like the women are. He's like, fuck, man, you are real handsome. And then Brody just fucking steals his apple. Like, leave Indy his apple. I guess, yeah, sure. This stuff is fine, but like, I like this version of Indy where he's like, he's kind of a dork. Like, you can feel it. He's a dork. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Why do they want to see me? Obtainer of rare antiquities. There's Porkins. There's our boy Porkins. And his friend. Oh, man. Abner Ravenwood has got to be one of the coolest names ever. Yeah, what happened, Indy? Why'd you guys fall out? As we move into one of... I'm just going to keep saying it. It's one of the best, this, that, and the other. This exposition scene is just excellent. Excellent. These Nazis. I can't believe that this is like generally true. Isn't that wild? Like that fucking loon just was like, find me magical items. They know. They know immediately. Oh, Tannis? Oh, did he say fucking Tannis? Oh shit, Tannis. He's so obstinate. He's just like, don't you fucking know what I'm talking about? It's like, why do I have to explain to you what the fucking Ark of the Covenant is? Hey, you guys ever go to Sunday school? This is where Indy like has opened this. He's looked at this book so many times. He knows exactly which page in that 40,000 page book where to go, like where to open it to. Like, oh yeah, we got a picture of it right here. Look at it all the time. Consumed by the desert. The wrath of God. No, I don't know shit. His expertise. The staff is a stick. Man, that pocket's probably so dirty. So much chalk in there. He's starting to like, you can tell Indy's starting to like itch. Like, he loves all this shit. In a certain place at a certain time. Ten points to Gryffindor. There's a picture of it right here. Just immediately. Yeah, there we go. I think Ralph McQuarrie, I believe, who did a bunch of the Star Wars stuff. I'm sure Lucas hired him. Beautiful image. Love this thing. Love to get a print of this. Brimstone, Wrath of God, Power of God. He's looking for God lasers. I see. Ooh, let's hope they don't get that then. Time for sip. I gotta say, I love... Oh, sorry. Fuck my drink. This is my favorite scene in all of Indy. One of my favorite Spielberg scenes ever. Watch the camera. We start. Medium shot of the doorway. We shift. Medium shot of the study. Wait for the cut. You'll be waiting. So as they begin to celebrate, they pour champagne. We turn again. Look at the framing. The blocking. Spielberg's blocking is impeccable. When he has time to set up shots. This dude's just like freaking freewheeling this. This is the same shot of the doorway. And we zoom in to a close-up. It's like nothing you've ever gone after before. We shift back to the wide of the study. Same shot. Like this fucking set. The blocking is... There's the first cut. We cut to the gun. That's it. What an insane piece of work. Like, bro, you could have cut a couple times. Like, we would have forgiven a couple cuts. It's not a big deal. But he's like, no. No, hold my beer. Like, I'm showing off. I'm burying those Bond films. That's where we get... What are we in? Outfit maybe number 3? For Indy? We had the OG, his normal outfit. Man. I'm sorry. He's so incredibly handsome. It is insane. How do I look like that guy? Someone tell me. So we've got the normal Indy outfit. We've got the the professor kind of tweedy outfit. We've got the smoking jacket and now the traveling suit, because you don't get on a plane without in the 1930s without putting on a suit. Come on. What are you? Gotta get dressed up. All right, so now we're off to Nepal to meet just like so incredibly ahead of her time as far as like the Bond girl goes. Like, she just shatters that mold. Also, is this a guy or a girl? Not that it matters, but like, is that a fella or a lady? Ooh. Oh. Marion. Pestare. Yeah, she did it. She did it. Man, I hate that the monitor's behind back here. But at least, like, because with the Halloween one, it's like, man, if you just watch the video, it's just one man's slow descent into madness. And that's fine. I love it. I'm so glad people watched it. But I feel like I need a reference on screen for people to understand, like, what generally is going on, in case for some insane reason you're watching this without seeing Indy. Like, just watch Indy. If you got to turn this off to just watch Indy, I forgive you. It's okay. So, sorry. Marion won. We miss a shot here where I thought this is glass. Listen to when she throws it. That's just snow. She went outside and grabbed snow to cool her head. But listen to this. They make it sound like she's... Because I think the idea, without that cut scene, also that fucking silhouette. Jesus. It's so insane. Like, these shots are so insanely good. But this is what you get with peak Spielberg. He's just next level. But without the shot of... Without the shot of her going outside and grabbing the snow... It feels like she just has, like, shot glasses. So for the longest time, I always thought she was holding shot glasses because you hear the glass break and whatever. And then, so this whole thing, she was like, does she say I was 16? She says she was a kid. So, like, yeah, Indy and her had a thing when he was with Ravenwood studying. So that puts him somewhere like in his 20s probably. And then she's 16. Indy, you should be in prison, bro. You should be in fucking prison. But originally, I think Spielberg, or no, Lucas, because of course, Lucas fucking weirdy. He was like, no, she should be younger. Like, she was like 14 or something originally. And thank God somebody was like, no, no. We can't make Indiana Jones a pedophile. We just can't. $3,000 smackaroos. It's important, Marion. Yeah. He's so charming. She can't hate him. And also, she's plastered, by the way. She's been drinking the last however long. She just won a drinking contest. She's trashed. Look at the lighting! You can see it in a second. Look at the lighting. Oh my God. And she just carries this fucking Flava Flav chain around. I mean, it's a very cool piece, and I'm sure her dad was like, Marion, I've been searching my entire life for this. Please hang on to it. God, I got this like blue glare resistant thing on my glasses, and it's not working for me right now. Sorry about the lighting. She's strongly considering it, right? She was looking at the money. She's like, I would prefer money. Watch her try to close this goddamn thing. Like that would not, as soon as she takes her hand away, it pops back up. We tote. Is it? I don't think the fire rises. These guys are so rude. She's like, "Oh no, you know what? I can be reasonable." Like, yeah, no, we're good. I'll just give it to you. Don't worry about it. It's on the table over there. We're good. You're so sweaty, friend. Whoopsh. Hey, Indy, could you not burn my bar down while you save me? Man, listen to these fucking these sound effects. That's one thing that I think Raiders. You could probably say it about all of them, but Raiders, the freaking mix of this thing is so good. It's just got an incredible sound mix. They're just such like meaty gun sounds. That's gruesome. PG movie, by the way. PG. You see that up there? PG. This is great. This is like out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. So got a little liquid courage there. And again, she's already trashed. Bonk. Poor Indy. Some Black Label, which he would go on to drink in Blade Runner 2049. Super underrated movie. Oh man, the sound effects are just so good. Back to Blade Runner 2049. If I had the time and I thought y'all could sit through it, we would be watching Blade Runner 2049 right now. But it's 3 hours long. And I can't imagine. Like, we'd have to do it in parts because, like, I need to, like, take pee breaks. I need to, like, go have a cigarette. Like, 3 hours is pretty long. This is, like, an hour 45, and I think this is, like, close to the upper limit. I'd also love to do, like, Lord of the Rings and stuff. Man. Marion, you murdered him. Yep. Smart. Don't just grab it with your bare hands. And if we were watching this on TNT or on Fox or something, or on like AMC, I'm your goddamn partner, and then we cut to ads, and she doesn't say goddamn. All right, so we're out of Nepal. We're off. Stop in Karachi. Either way, we go through Baghdad, and we land in Cairo. Our boy Salah, who was in a Bond movie. 10 points for anybody in the comments who can tell me what Bond movie Salah's actor's in. Man, no one has ever looked better than Harrison Ford looks in this scene. Like, I take this image to the barber and I go like, give me that, please. Make me look like Harrison Ford in the Cairo scene. That damn Nazi monkey. Love theme coming in there. Sounds a little bit like some Star Wars, don't you think? Except one. Belloc. So Salah drops some wisdom. There's something that troubles me. Yeah, maybe we should leave this the fuck alone. This is where goofy ass Harrison Ford comes out. They're dates. You eat it. She's not that smart if she's a frickin' Nazi. Here it comes. It's dork. You eat 'em. What a dork. Been betrayed by a monkey. Like, okay, alright, that's a lot. The fucking monkey. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I generally take a nap during parts of this movie because I've seen it so many times. So if you see me just nodding off, I just need you to like just kick me in the comments. However you think that's done, just do that for me. This is where we start to hear a little bit of the backstory of like what happened between Marion and Indy. Not much, just you. So they became estranged because of Marion. Probably because he hooked up with his 16-year-old daughter. Can't imagine why that pissed him off. That's where we get some great John Williams stuff coming in here. And these freaking punch sounds and stuff. We go back to the audio mix. It's so good. The punch sounds. I can't do it justice. Oh. I can do the whip. I can't do the punch. So now they just assume that she has the headpiece, I guess, or I wonder if they plan to take her and use her as leverage. Don't underestimate the frying pan. Frying pan could fuck up a knife. Like you could get that done. She should have come out wearing his clothes in disguise. She does look great in that Cairo chic. When I see these wicker baskets, I think of two things. I think of Aladdin, and I think of the Aladdin level in Kingdom Hearts, and that is it. This frickin' monkey. Betrayed by the Nazi monkey. Tale as old as time. So this is where we're getting to the Cairo swordsman. I'm sure you've heard this before, but Harrison Ford had dysentery, so he was like, they had a whole fight scene planned out and stuff, but he was like, I can't do it. I'm shitting my brains out. So what if I just whoosh, iconic. And also, just so I cover all of the bases, also Indiana is the name of George Lucas's dog. Okay, all right, there you go. That should have filled out your bingo card for Indy trivia. Oh, I didn't see that cat. Did you see the cat? There's a stray cat on the ground. Welcome to Basket Street, home of every basket ever. And this asshole is just disturbing the peace. Like, why do you hate our baskets? It'll be alright, Indy. It's not like she's gonna explode. Oh man, so good. Just put her in the back of the truck. Oh, was that the explosives truck? No, I'm sure it's fine. It'll be fine. In every movie ever, when they fall off like a small cliff or something like that, or tip over and just violently explode like that, I generally assume they're kitted out in the back like this truck was, where it's just like, it's chock-a-block full of gasoline and dynamite. And Indy's just like distraught. He's like, my love. All I have left of her to remember her is this evil monkey. And he's been sitting here taking like the tiniest sips of whiskey. Just a little baby sip. Little baby sip of whiskey. He drinks his whiskey like I've been drinking this Coke. Oh man. This garnish is like so in my frickin' way, but oh, it gives it such a good nose. Yum. Like, give me my whiskey and give me my monkey. So now Indy should be trashed. You drank like, what, 3/4? of a liter of whiskey. And Home Dog's just like puffing on a hookah. What kind of hookah do you think's in there? I'm a Pirate Cove guy myself. I used to love puffing on some Pirate Cove. And Drunk Indy just has a death wish. Oh. Oh, we're civilized now? So this is very Bond. Belloc's a huge indie guy. I mean, I don't fault him. We all are. But yeah, he's many a Bond villain. He's like, it'd be way cooler if you were just on my team. Like, I don't want to kill you, bro. Come to my side. Come to my side. We got cookies. Come on. Ah, you're getting nasty. Some great dialogue here. Buried in the sand for 1,000 years and it becomes priceless. Excuse me while I get comfortable. Hope y'all can hear me. I'm going to move the mic a little bit. I hope that isn't loud. Sorry. Do you realize what it is? It's a radio for speaking to God. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Uncle Indy. Sala. I appreciate him potentially sacrificing his 14 children to protect Indy. What a lad. Indy, get rid of the monkey. He's bad news. I know your girlfriend's dead, but like, don't worry about it. Alright, so it sounds like Sala has found a guy to decipher the markings. As we move from iconic scene to iconic scene. I swear, my family used to have a strainer just like that. I know you tuned in to hear that information, so thank you. Yeah, that didn't look suspicious. It's like, yeah, where'd he get a copy of the headpiece? That's crazy. There's only one of them. Oh no. Indy, don't eat that date. A guy poured a clear liquid on it very sketchily. Monkey, you go ahead. Come. This guy's great. Oh, it's a warning. Don't fuck with the arc. Six kadam high. Oh, wait. And take back one kadam to honor the Hebrew god whose ark this is. So, what does that mean? They're digging in the wrong place. Don't know. Hindi! Yeah, fuck that monkey. Bad dates. Yeah, fuck that monkey. Oh, we'll get another shot. Here it comes. Here it comes. Dead monkey. Oh, sorry, this cola's making me burpy. Oh, sounds like Belloc's in hot water. And Indy's just walking around with like a 7-foot tall staff. Come on, guys, act like you've been there. Let's see, where are we at? I think we're about at the halfway point here. And we're about to get into another insanely iconic scene. The map room at Tanis. Man, it's just like windier than hell outside right now. I like this scene because it's, I mean, fantastic score work by Johnny Wills, but great miniature work and stuff. I mean, it's not pretending to not be a miniature, but great model work there. And then we get like a little touch of some supernatural stuff with like the way the frickin' light beam works. But also, we see Indy's passion for this stuff. Like, oh man, poor frickin' Sala. Push him down a hill. Come on, guys. Be nice. But we can see here, like, Indy's just in his Duffy. Like, he's in his happy place. And we'll see him get very excited in a minute here. Great work here. Great non-verbal communication going on here. You can see, like, nope, take back. One kadam. There we go. It's almost time. Did I mention that this movie has insane blocking and framing and lighting? Man, they just filmed the absolute crap out of this. Spielberg. My God. I'm going to say it. I think Spielberg, I think he's got a future. I think this guy was going places. You know, unpopular opinion. So he's still not sure if it's going to work. Nope, not there. In case there was any doubt. Look at his face. Look at Indy's face. Like, he's having a revelation. You can see it. I can see his face up here. As he does some calculations and puts it in his field notebook. They'll never be able to recreate that. Can't believe it. She's still alive. I drank so much whiskey to your death. Just hold on. Here's our hero. Our hero. He's like, I'm real close to figuring this thing out. And like, this would really like kill the vibe in the camp if they realized their prisoner was gone. So like, what if I just went and got it first? And like, I'll be back. No, I'll be back. Don't worry, I'll be back. For sure. Yeah, for sure. They're scoping out their dig site. Somewhere around there-ish. Nope. There. That looks like the site. That's it. Yep. That's it. Aha, and then that is why they have one side of the headpiece. If you remember, he burned his hand. Oh, man. What if we just took a nap, guys? What if you guys just woke me up when things got exciting? What if we did that? Oh, man. Need more caffeine. And Indy's one of those kind of guys who's like, I'll break ground on it, but like then y'all finish it because I gotta put on my outfit. I couldn't possibly do this in my robes and stuff. And then this, I believe, is where we're on a set because that looks like a. I wouldn't necessarily call it a matte painting, but it feels like we're now on a sound stage. Oh man. Sorry. We're getting into some action, I promise. This movie's just such a warm blanket for me. I like Sala's effort acting here. Yeah, great effort. And then it's like sealed, so there's like a like smoke that comes out of it. That thing would weigh like 4,000 pounds. Sorry, Indy. The floor. Why does the floor move? Indy, that was my torch. Here we go. Maybe the most iconic line in the movie? It's got to be like top 2, right? Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? Tell me, guys, down in the comments. I mean, I like that line just as much. Asps. Very dangerous. You go first. Tell me down in the comments. What is the most iconic line in Raiders? Do you think it's bad dates? Do you think it's snakes? Why'd it have to be snakes? Or that's probably it, right? Those are like the most iconic lines. Oh, one of my personal favorites. It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage. So good. That is a very sharp butter knife. So there's something about this whole thing that is like a little confusing. By the way, she looks incredible in that dress. He's surprised. Like, oh, you're beautiful. Like, yeah, no shit. Look how low the back of that dress is. But when they start drinking and she's like trying to like outdrink him like she does earlier with the other person, and he's like, it's my family label, I grew up with it, whatever. And is that meant to be like Because she seems to get pretty drunk. But is it like... oh, man. Iconic shot alert. Iconic shot alert. And that's a fucking real cobra. But I think it's either 2 shots or there's like a pane of glass or something. I forget what it was. I think it's a composite. I think that's 2 shots. Because you're not putting Harrison Ford in front of a cobra like that. What do you... No. It's like, Solo, get your ass down here. It's freaking scary down here. That looks like Reggie. Snake from earlier. But so like Marion's trying to outdrink Home Dog, and it doesn't seem to be working because he seems to like obviously she's playing up how drunk she is in a minute, but it seems like he can keep up because this is like his family label. Because that definitely sets it up as like, oh, I'm gonna be out drinking him here. Man, what a great set! What a great set here. You can tell. They found it. Now you just gotta move this gigantic stone cover, which bounces a lot like styrofoam, but don't worry about it. Some more great effort acting from Sala here. So the sound effect is right, but that doesn't quite look like stone. So here she's playing this up the same way she did in the drinking contest. Like when she goes to pour here and like totally misses. Is his name Renee? I think she would have got out of here if it wasn't for what's his butt. Well, she didn't choose to wear that. This is such a weird gag here, too. It's like, oh my god. Some weird 3-part nunchucks, oh no. Oh, thank god, it's just a hanger, guys. Don't worry. It's just a hanger. Don't worry. That dude. we go. Here we go. What a frickin' prop. Ziak. Nice. How the hell are you going to get that thing out of there? It's got to be so delicate. I mean, surely it's gold plated. Because if that was fully made of gold, oh man. That would dent just looking at it. Oh yeah, they got a crate. Nice. Good job, Indy. You frickin' did it. It's like, what the fuck is going on over there? I think they found the fucking Ark. I don't think I could get out of there. Oh, man. This motherfucker again. Ha 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 ha! Son of a bitch. Oh no. Don't fall. Oh. No. Oh man. Our boy's in a rough spot. At least he's got some company. But man, they're screwed. It's my whip. Our boy's working on it. Sorry, I'm starting to just like fall into like watching the movie. And it's hard for me to talk because this movie's just so darn good. Things are getting exciting. Indy! That's a rattlesnake. I'm not sure rattlesnakes should be there. Indy's just destroying the the tomb of the Ark. I'm not sure what you'd call this. Dun, 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 dun. Music comes in. Indy breaks a wall of styrofoam blocks. And then I think there's supposed to be a bit coming up here where there's like a guy. Or no, so there's two things. One, um, uh, there's you see like a rails, and I believe that the train car sequence in Doom was supposed to be here, but I think for budgetary reasons they decided to cut it. And then when they pop out here, you'll see a guy like passed out, and that's from a deleted scene where they pop out and the guy thinks they're ghosts or mummies or something coming out of this tomb, and he gets so scared that he faints. There he is. You see him there? I'll try to point him out. He's right near. Yeah, and then this whole scene, I think there were no storyboards for the whole plane thing, and I think Spielberg, being the absolute genius that he is, was just like, all right, let me just, he just goes out and like takes a look at the space, and then just like off the dome is like, okay, we'll do this, and then I'll come in here, and then they'll climb up, and he just like did all this shit on the fly because he's a freaking madman. Also, this is not a real plane. I think this is I forget the guy, but he's the same one who I love this, and this dude's just like, oh, nice, some action. This dude's in all three movies, stuntman. But yeah, I forget the guy who made this plane, but I think he also did like the Alien. I think he did concept work for in Aliens, the dropship thing that they come down on, and then there's something else. Oh, maybe like the Y-wing or something, the B-wing or the Y-wing or something. He must have been like an ILM guy. Indy. What? I love the little knee shake there. The little knee shake when he gets socked. His knees like buckle. It's great. Indy, like, this is just not Bond, right? Like, Bond, expert at everything he's asked. Always has the upper hand, except for in Goldfinger, kind of. But even Connery had a problem with that. But where Bond always is on top of everything, Indy is not. Indy is just a dude. So when he goes up against this mountain of a man, he is in serious trouble. Like, and he uses dirty tactics, and he's struggling. But going back to Spielberg, imagine just coming up with all this, like, and then she'll shoot at the truck, and the wing will come and hit the fuel tank, the fueling truck, and then that'll start to leak, and then now we feel like we have like a timer going, where it's like, like we know that there's like, I guess it starts with the blocks and then the thing closing, where it's like, like now she's stuck in there. How long do we have? And then the fuel starts leaking, and it's like, okay, a spark would cause a big problem there. And then we get the explosion, and it's like, oh shit, like that's probably gonna ignite that fuel at some point. So it's just a lot of tension. See, it's like now we're getting it, like, okay, it's spreading. Our hero's like, oh shit, Marion might explode for real this time. Oh man. I mean, it would already be exploded by now, right? As soon as those barrels get touched. Oh, he's got him. Nope. It's like, come on, stand up. Ah! Great shot of the SWAT sticker. Getting the blood splatted on it. Looks great. That didn't look latched close. That looks like you were fine to open that. As they book it, explosion in the background, and somewhere Spielberg is like, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Bond who? Jesus. And he just knows. Jones. It must have been Jones. That's another iconic line. I'm so pleased you're not dead. What truck? So I was going to mention earlier when I was talking about the budget cuts of, well, I think we have another iconic line coming up too. I don't want to step on it. But this was the first movie of Spielberg's where he was on time and under budget, and started a trend for him where he was much better about that going forward, where obviously on Jaws they went above and beyond because Bruce wasn't working the shark, and filming everything on the water was an absolute nightmare. And then Close Encounters had its own problems where, like, I think the sound stage like freaking got destroyed by like a thunderstorm or something like that. Here's the great line. Is that later? That might be later. Or like, Indy, what are you going to do? I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along. But so this was Spielberg's first on budget, or on time under budget film, because he cared so much about this one because he was spending his friend's money. Lucas funded the movie, so I think Spielberg probably did too. But Lucas they like had a point swap. They were both making their sci-fi movies. Jaws, gigantic hit, insane. And then he goes on to Close Encounters while Lucas is making Star Wars, and they have a friendly wager where they're like, I'll give you 5 points or whatever of the back end of residuals for Close Encounters if you give me the same percentage of Star Wars. And because Lucas was down on his film, Spielberg was talking him up, and it was like, well, I think Lucas in his mind was like, oh, well, at least I'll make back some money on Close Encounters. That way, like, this whole Star Wars thing won't be a total failure. There's the Wilhelm scream. And oh man, this action sequence is so visceral and grounded, and the stunt work is just insane. That's why all these soldiers are like 50 years old, because they're all old Hollywood stuntmen. But ultimately, what I was saying about Lucas and Spielberg is Spielberg made a bunch of money off of getting those residuals for Star Wars. And I think Close Encounters did fine. It was critically well received. I forget if it was a financial success, but it probably was. Not like Star Wars though. So, and Lucas had backed himself on Star Wars a bunch. Like, had sequel rights and back end and a bunch of that stuff. I think so did Alec Guinness, right? Let me know if I butchered that down in the comments. I think I got that. All right. I mean, this is like, I forget. I think it's a similar like stunt coordinator as Bond. Like, it might be the same guy who like worked on, oh, what would it have been? From Russia with Love and You Only Live Twice, maybe. But like, this is so far and beyond what you would see in Bond until like what, Craig? Until like Casino Royale, where he's running on the crane and stuff. This is just such great work. These poor stuntmen are just getting their butts kicked. Indy's loving it. Screw these Nazis. Oh! Ow! And that damn door's hanging on by like half a hinge. Ugh. Could you imagine frickin' hanging off of that thing? Scheisse. This music is popping off. Look at this 50-year-old soldier. What are you doing? Just doing it for the love of the game, I guess? Ugh. Indy was not ready for that. Ow. 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 Punching him right in the frickin' bullet wound. That stunt. Look at that. That's just our star hanging in front of a wheel. Look at how dangerous that is. Only Tom Cruise could get away with that nowadays. And then here we go, moving into just easily one of the most dangerous things I've ever seen on screen. Look at that. Like, they dug the ditch or whatever for him to glide, oh my God, then he's on his stomach. Jesus Christ. But there's a little groove for him to slide along, so he doesn't like hit the underside of the truck. But your back would be torn to shreds. That jacket would be gone. And then when he swings around onto his stomach, like, oh my god, you'd be just shredded alive. Swiss cheese. Not like that guy. This sucker's got an insane engine in it. Yeah. And is that a Rolls Royce? Yeah, that arm would hurt. But it'd be all this. Just shredded. Idiot. Idiot. This is some great work by the locals here. Great job concealing. Rolled a nat 20 on stealth there. Like, hey, would you like a melon? It's like, no, screw your melon. It's like, that's rude. That's my livelihood. I'm so happy you're not dead. Here's Kananga's great grandfather. Katanga. Sounds like Kananga, doesn't it? Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you understood that reference to Kananga. I've heard a lot about you. Your appearance is exactly as I'd imagine. Oh, Indy's in a lot of pain right now. That hug hurt. I am already missing you. Sala's a good friend. We like Sala. Marion. British sun is a soaring town. Love Sala. What a G. Ah. My garnish is falling. I think we need to ditch it. It is Katanga. That's a lot like Kananga. Poor Indy. Smack. Oh. Get ready. Whack. Oh, ow. She's so eager to like tend to him, and he's just like, just get, It's the mileage. That's such a great line. This is such a wonderful romantic scene. There's so much chemistry. Like, I just want to sleep. Go away. And then Indy is fucking out. That's all I needed. A couple kisses. Leave the poor man alone. He was drugged behind the truck. He was drugged under and then behind a truck. I love that the power of God hates the Nazis. That it's like, get this frickin' symbol off of my frickin' crate. I refuse to be transported in a crate with that evil symbol on it. Look, you can see her nightgown up there. What happened after that nap, Indy? It's a fucking U-boat. I mean, it would help if it wasn't the only thing you were transporting. Marion hates that guy. I killed him. I mean, why you gotta be such a dick? I swear, Belloc just wants her because she's into Indy. And he's just obsessed with Indy. Yeah. And then I think this leads to a cutscene that is necessary but like easily forgiven. Because it's like, I think we just assume that he goes straight into the into the submarine, but when it submerges, if he doesn't get into that thing, like he's kind of screwed. So I think it's what I've heard is like that he like takes a belt and like ties himself to the periscope or something like that to like stay above, but they were definitely like submerging there, so like everybody was doing the little cranks to like drop it. And yeah, so Don't know how Indy survived that trek. Unless it just stayed up and he hung out on top of it. But I don't think that's what happened. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is another great little set here. I believe it's a set. It must be, right? And this is great. This is kind of a subversion of Bond, where even in like Quantum of Solace, Bond like breaks into like an opera and needs something to wear, of course. So he knocks a dude out, comes out in a perfectly tailored tux, and it's like, what are the odds that he knocked out a guy exactly his size? So in this, it's like, oh shit, that's like way too small. Like that doesn't fit me. Oh man, it's past my nap time. I'm sorry if that was loud. And he's like, yo, why doesn't this fit? So did Indy change shirts? Gotta shoulder check that bitch. Because the other one didn't seem to fit like that. Okay, where are we at? Oh, we're in the home stretch, guys. We are in the home stretch. 15 minutes remain. What do we like? How do we feel about the movie so far? Down in the comments, tell me your favorite scene. Tell me your favorite indie movie. Is this your favorite, or are you wrong? It's okay to be wrong. I forgive you. But I mean, like I said, I have a very soft spot for Last Crusade. And part of that is I'm a huge Sean Connery fan. Sean Connery's Bond is outstanding. I inherited that from my dad. Um, and yeah, I mean, oh, so good. Okay, so we're gonna get the scene in a second here, or the shot where the fly goes into Belloc's mouth. Um, I believe Spielberg says like, no, it flies away at the last second, but it seems to just vanish. It's very strange. Here it comes. Where did that go? Where did that go? Belloc just ate that fly. Fucking Belloc. Like, no, fuck that. I ain't giving him shit. Very smart of Belloc here, calling his bluff. Like bullshit. You ain't blowing up the ark. Not a chance in hell, Indy. You blow up the ark. Not a chance in hell. Ain't that the truth? Another great frickin' monologue here. This is history. Like, Indy can't deny it. Like, he does want to see what's in the Ark. He does know how priceless of an artifact it is. He doesn't necessarily believe in the hocus pocus mumbo jumbo. He believes in the historical importance of the artifact that is the Ark of the Covenant. Like even I, not being a religious person, understand how insanely consequential that object is. So now here we are on another sound stage, and I think the trivia here is that in a moment, well, first I believe Indy is thinking back to the image at the beginning in the book, and he's like, I remember the rays of light, the power of God stuff. You gotta look away. You gotta look away. A little bit of a leap. Like, I'm not sure, like, it was really, like, established that not looking would spare you, but I guess it's better than nothing. Also, that is totally reasonable that these 2,000-year-old, no, older, 3,000? Really, really old tablets made of probably like sandstone would have been destroyed. Like, those wouldn't survive. Like, I don't know what you make tablets out of normally, but a lot of Egypt's buildings and stuff are made with sandstone. Sandstone does not keep up well. But yeah, so this here, the whole melting and stuff, I believe they built a wax figure of Belloc, threw a bunch of heat lamps on it and stuff, and then filmed it at like 1 frame a second in order to get the melting. Or no, it's Tote who melts. Yeah. The lighting. That lighting. Look at the lighting there. So good. This is not my favorite part of the movie. Like, to me, the movie kind of ends on the boat. Like, I don't really need this last bit. The peak of the movie to me is like, asps, very dangerous. You go first, and getting the Ark and all that stuff. This turns into a horror movie. I love that guy. This is just wild. Yeah, his just head explodes, right? He shrinks. That's the 1 frame per second. Then he... But yeah, it turns into like a horror movie. And they would definitely be like, holy shit, I think it's like 1,000 degrees. What the hell could be happening? And then watch the lid. Watch the lid as it comes down. It kind of like... it doesn't look heavy. It kind of like lands, and then... Where... Like in Lord of the Rings, they use a magnet when he drops the ring onto the floor, so it just... And it... Oh, I'm sorry, that was probably loud. And it doesn't bounce at all the way the lid does a little. Because they have a magnet that just grounds it and keeps it from moving. Showing the weight and the power and all that stuff. Where here it's just like a, you know, it's made of plastic or something, styrofoam or whatever. I mean, it's probably made of wood or something, right? But look at me. I'm fucking nitpicking Raiders like 2 minutes before the ending. Our heroes, they survived. Indy ain't happy, though. The money's fine. You paid me $1 billion, but, like, I don't like the situation. Ooh. Top men. I love this here. First of all, I think Indy's got a new hat. Good for him. He got a new hat. Love it. Love the gray version of the hat. Fucking Marion, just baddie. I love his, like, begrudging little, like, he's like all sullen, but he's like, all right, come on. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. As the love theme comes back in. Top secret army intel. Do not open. This is where we see the warehouse that features so prominently in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Oh, man. Guys, what a movie! Adventure has a new name, and it's Indiana Jones. Man, what an excellent flick. I'm so excited for the game, this new game. I'm honestly more excited for this new game than I was for Dial of Destiny, which I actually still haven't seen. So, like, I guess I'm a fake indie fan, right? Fake indie fan over here. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me, everybody, on the second watch along. We did Halloween. We've done indie. Let me know in the comments what movie you'd like to see next. Let me know your favorite indie movie, your favorite indie what do you think is the most iconic line from Raiders of the Lost Ark? And yeah, look forward to more videos in the future. Give me a like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm would be super appreciated. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace out, friends.